Alright everybody, so today we're taking a look at a neat little cot, a nice little compact travel size cot made by this brand called Kijaro. Yeah, so as you heard in the introduction, if you do a lot of camping, a lot of group camping, you know those damn sounds. Nobody likes those sounds. They're terrible. The little hand pump or foot pump blower things and the electric blower things and the battery powered blower things that everybody uses to blow up these nice thick massive mattress pads. You know, these inflatable mattress pads when you go camping and you got all the Taj Mahal tents being set up and everybody's got to blow up their massive mattresses. Yeah, and nobody likes listening to that, especially not when you are one of the later people to roll into camp at, you know, whether it be 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock or midnight, and you don't want to listen to that, and you don't want to be the one who causes all that noise, especially at those later hours into the night, if you're one of those late arrivals because you had a long drive to get to where you're going. So, what's great about a compact cot like this is, one, look at the bag it comes in. This is a small bag. This big cot folds up and drops into this bag right here. Weighs under 5 pounds. Here, let me give you the specs. I'll go ahead and give you the specs. It can hold up to 250 pounds, it says, so be wary of that if you got to go on a diet to be under that range limit. Maybe that's something you need to do. Always a good idea to be under 250 pounds. Not saying that anybody over it, that's bad, but it might be bad. Talk to your doctor. The overall weight in its bag is just under 5 pounds. 4.85 is what it says on the tag here. When you set the cot up, its opened up size is 75.5 inches long by 27.5 inches wide, which is not too bad. Wider cots usually get you 30 to 32, and that's kind of luxury width there, which is really nice, especially if you're a broad person, a wide person, built like a tank per se. But 27.5 ain't too bad. It's a whole lot better than 22 or 24, because I've slept with cots and pads that are that size, that width, and it gets you 6 inches high off of the ground. 6 inches high off of the ground. So, great little bag, good quality. This is vegan leather, whatever that's supposed to mean. So, you know, saving the cows along with Chick-fil-A there, I guess. And very lightweight, very compact, very lightweight, and not a bad price. I've got it at my local not so fantastic Walmart that finally started carrying them in the camping section, which is a bit of a joke of a camping section, at least at my Walmart. But so I was shocked to see them there, so I picked one up for right about $69, and then tax after that. So yeah, 73 and some change, whatever. So not a terrible price, especially with our wonderful price increases on everything being up 20 to 65%, more than what it normally would have cost if things went in a different direction a handful of years ago. Yeah. Anyways, so as far as setting it up, it's pretty easy. I'm gonna roll to some footage here of me setting it up on my back patio here, and take a quick look at that. Just some B-roll footage of how easy it is to set it up. So let's take a look at that now. Okay, so this guy is really straightforward to set up. You have 2 poles that are connected with bungee zip cord that run through each of the sides. They feed in through the very top at the ends, and you know which side that is because it's the side that has the logo stitched in the center. So that's your top. So that's where the poles feed in from. They go all the way down, and then all your cross pieces are 2-piece bungee cord here. All of the ends are riveted with nice large rivet heads. This is great, good quality 1075 aluminum, aircraft aluminum poles. So it's good quality. That's why it's rated to up to 250 pounds instead of a lot of them that are compact like this. Usually have a rating that's underneath 200 pounds, which, you know, there's not a whole lot of us are able to stay under 200 pounds for our entire lives, here in America at least, where we have our weight issues. But very straightforward as far as the fact that the ends just clip on where the stitched out spots are, that exposes the pole here, and then you grab the other side. On the shiny side is your bottom, the not shiny side is your top. So you just take this here like that, and you simply use your body weight to flex those down into onto the other ridgeline pole. So you just do that with every single one of them. It's really quite simple. It takes a little bit of muscle, but I mean, the key is to use your body weight for it. The key is to use your body weight. It says in the instructions, which is right here, sewn onto the actual mat pad itself, it says to start in the middle, and then just do it exactly how I'm showing you right now. Trying to make sure that I'm not crimping where the stitched fabric is, and so that I don't mess up the fabric. But yeah, that's all there is to it, really. I mean, it's just putting the poles together just like your tent poles, and slide them in through the slots on each side, the main poles, and then snapping these guys on just like I showed you. So it's really quite simple. So like I said, you know, the open ends are the end where the patch stitched logo patch is. To kind of help, because as you can see, the ends are sticking out here a little bit. That just means that in the process of getting it all together, the fabric slid a little bit. So you can get it to slide a little bit more, and just get yourself more stretched out, full length of the cot fabric, and get that to slide down a little bit more. And then that's it. That's all there is to it. Nice and tight. It comes with it has a little nice storage pouch here on the one side of it, and that's it. That's all there is to it. So let's go back to finishing up the overview. Alright, so now that you see how it's set up, we're going to lay on it and test it out. Again, its dimensions of 70, oh shoot, what the heck was it? 75.5 inches long. Alright, so this, if you're 6'3", not the cot for you. You need something a little longer, a little bigger. Probably need something a little on the wider side too. So, squeezing it in this little one-man tent. So I love this tent. This is a great little tent. I do have a video of this tent, I believe, on my channel. But yeah, so laying in this, it's actually really comfortable. I like this. No pad underneath. I've just got my what is this guy called? It's the Snug Pack Jungle Bag. Snug Pack Jungle Bag. Very lightweight sleeping bag, not pad, bag, with a nice mesh bug mat that's sewn right into the hood of it that you can use or not use. So that's great if you're doing sleeping under the stars and want to make sure that your face don't get bitten up by the bugs. You got that little face mesh net to zip up, as long as you're okay with having that net right up in front of your face like that. But as far as the cot goes, yeah, it's pretty darn comfortable. It's seems to be made pretty well. The corners with the vegan leather, whatever that's supposed to be, you know, give it a little bit of more robustness, and stitching is good. Seems like it's gonna handle my fat ass. And yeah, as long as you got a sleeping bag or a blanket and a pillow, you're gonna have a good nice rest being up off of the ground. What's the advantage of being up off of the ground like this? Yeah, giving you that extra 6 inches. If you get somewhere and there's, you know, some roots or a rock or two that's, you know, you can't get out of the way and can't don't have another spot to pitch your tent or whatever, or you just, you know, it's midnight when you're getting there and trying to make sure that you get all the little rocks and pine cones and acorns and whatever out of the way from where you're setting up your tent. You can end up finding something nasty underneath you that does not feel good no matter which way you lay, and there's no way of avoiding it unless you packed everything up and moved your tent. So the idea of a cot and getting you off of that ground that might, you know, be unpleasant for whatever reason, that's a nice bit to it. It's nice as far as during the summertime when it's hot, I mean it's 86 degrees right now, and I'm already starting to sweat. And you just want some good airflow underneath you, and so that you stay cool. Don't stay too hot in those warm nights. It's nice that way too. It's also nice when you got a small compact tent like this that you can store your gear and stuff up underneath of you. You know, just store it up underneath you. If you don't have a whole lot of headroom space or footroom space for gear, you can shove things up underneath you, get it tucked out of the way, and that way it's in your tent protected from the elements and not sitting outside being exposed to those crazy raccoons or, you know, the nasty thunderstorm that's going to crash the party later that night. That way everything's, you know, in your tent dry and protected. So those are really the main benefits of a cot, you know. And then, you know, if for some insane reason you had a flash flood and the bottom of your tent doesn't do quite as well as it did 15 years ago, because that's an old tent, then I guess, you know, that gives you that extra 6 inches of flash flood. That way, when you get carried away in the river gorge, that you were a moron by setting yourself up and setting your tent, your campsite up in a river gorge. That way you have a nice little sturdy boat that you can float down the river on, right? And be on a cot rather than being soaking and trying to swim in the river. No, I'm just kidding. I hope nobody ever does that. But yeah, so cots are nice. They're a plus. And this guy's a real plus, mainly because of the fact that he's lightweight, he's easy to set up, nice and compact bag, and he seems to be made pretty darn well. I think I'm gonna like it. I think I'm gonna like using it on my camping trips, the slightly more luxurious camping trips, where in the summertime a cot, you know, brings those advantages. So that's it for me today, guys. Thanks for checking out the video. Hit the like, subscribe, look at my other stuff, and there'll be more to come. Till next time, see ya.